This video is designed to help you start a mini supermarket business. At the end of the video, you'll find a valuable gift. It's a mini supermarket business plan that you can download, and will lay down for you, step by step, everything you need to know to start a successful mini supermarket business of your own. If you are new to this channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button for more videos like this. Mini supermarket business is lucrative. If you are observant, you must have noticed that the rate at which people start supermarkets and grocery store nowadays is high. Being a supermarket or grocery store, it is important that the name of the business should be the type that is easy to brand. The legal structure of your supermarket depends on your preference. If you are the sole owner of the business, it can suffice to register it just as a business name. Some people like naming their supermarkets or a grocery store after their names, such as Blessing Supermarket, Mary Grocery Store, etc. You may also choose a coined name, such as Good Price Supermarket, Affordable Price Supermarket. If you are starting a supermarket or grocery store with somebody, forming a partnership can be a suitable option. Alternatively, you can decide to form a limited liability company. You should note that each legal structure has its legal and tax implications. Therefore, the choice of the legal structure of your supermarket or grocery store is not a thing you can make arbitrarily. If you don't know the legal structure that may be suitable for your supermarket, it is advisable to contact an attorney or a consultant. The token you will pay as a fee is worth the price, as this may save you some bucks in the future. Raising capital. A supermarket is not a business idea you can start with little capital. On average, this business requires huge capital. Although the level of capital needed to start a supermarket depends on its size, a mini supermarket or grocery store still requires that you have sufficient capital. Mostly, the initial capital you need will be spent on rent, furniture, fixtures and fittings, purchase of a sizable generator, freezer, refrigerator, inventory management software and hardware, and inventories. You need to set aside adequate money as working capital. It is not worthwhile to spend all your money on rent, and not be able to stock the supermarket or grocery store with enough inventories. You will not only need varieties of inventories, you need to stock different brands of the same product. This will allow customers to choose their preferences. Failing to give your customers their preferences may discourage them from patronizing you. Location. If you want your supermarket to succeed, you need to choose a good location for the business. What determines whether a location is good or not? Well, a good location for a mini supermarket is a place where there is a large concentration of mid-income earners. It is a place where there is good traffic of people. Also, a good location should have a good parking space. No one will like to park his car and be harassed for obstructing road traffic. If a customer comes to shop in your store, he may be forced to park somewhere that is not suitable for parking, if you don't have enough parking space. Supposing his vehicle is impounded for the reason of wrong parking, you can be sure that he will never come to your supermarket again. Suppliers. The secret to operating a successful mini supermarket lies in the ability to secure inventories at cheap prices. The margins on supermarket items are very low. The operators leverage on volume. In order to enjoy good prices, you may need to buy directly from the manufacturers. In case you don't have the financial capability to buy directly from the manufacturers, you can buy from their distributors. When you buy in bulk, you can enjoy bulk discounts. Hiring staff. A mini supermarket or grocery store is not the type of business you can run alone. You need to hire staff who are trusted. Some of the personnel you will need include cashiers, stock keepers, stock movers, security personnel, cleaners. As your supermarket or grocery store begins to grow, you can hire a marketing manager and a human resources manager. Marketing. Supermarkets and grocery stores business is no longer just a brick-and-mortar type of business. Though you can choose to operate that business model, you need to have a website for the business. A lot of people are conducting searches on the internet for supermarket near me, or grocery store near me. A lot of people like to buy groceries online. You can imagine what you are missing if these people cannot find your grocery online. If at all you cannot maintain a full e-commerce website, you need to have a website that will give basic information about your supermarket or grocery store. It is important that you get listed in local business directories. With this, those people searching for supermarket near me, or a grocery store near me can easily locate you. This can also help drive traffic to your website. Part of your marketing efforts will include printing and distributing of flyers within your neighborhood. It will also be beneficial to have a presence on major social media, especially Facebook and Instagram. With this, you can display different pictures of your grocery online. Also, you can relate with your customers effectively. The next part of the video is not specific to a mini supermarket business. Nevertheless, this knowledge is essential for success in the mini supermarket business, as well as in any other business. Ignore it at your own peril. Operating a successful mini supermarket business will depend on the following 4 conventions. 1. A practical plan, with a solid foundation. 2. Dedication, and willingness to sacrifice, to reach your goal. 3. Technical skills. 4. Basic knowledge of management, finance, record keeping and market analysis. As a new owner, you will need to master these skills and techniques if your business is to be successful. Finding a niche. Small businesses range in size from a manufacturer, with many employees, and millions of dollars in equipment, to the lone window washer, with a bucket and a sponge. Obviously, the knowledge and skills, required for these two extremes, are far apart, but for success they have one thing in common. Each has found a business niche, and is filling it. The most critical problems you will face, in your early planning, will be to find your niche, and determine the feasibility of your idea. Get into the right business at the right time, is very good advice, but following that advice may be difficult. Many entrepreneurs plunge into a business venture, so blinded by the dream, that they fail to thoroughly evaluate its potential. Is your business idea feasible? Before you invest time, effort, and money, the following exercise will help you separate sound ideas from those bearing a high potential for failure. Identify and briefly describe the business you plan to start. Identify the product or service you plan to sell. Answering yes to any of the following 3 questions means you are on the right track. A negative answer to all of them means the road ahead could be rough. 1. Does your product or service satisfy an unfilled need? 2. Will your product or service serve an existing market in which demand exceeds supply? 3. Will your product or service be competitive based on its quality, selection, price, or location? Market analysis. For a small business to be successful, the owner must know the market. To learn the market, you must analyze it, a process that takes time and effort. You don't have to be a trained statistician to analyze the marketplace, nor does the analysis have to be costly. Analyzing the market is a way to gather facts about potential customers, and to determine the demand for your product or service. The more information you gather, the greater your chances of capturing a segment of the market. Know the market before investing your time and money in any business venture. The following questions will help you collect the information necessary to analyze your market, and determine if your product or service will sell. This brief exercise will give you a good idea of the kind of market planning you need to do. An answer of no to any of the questions indicates a weakness in your plan, so do your research until you can answer each question with a yes. 1. Do you know who your customers will be? 2. Do you understand their needs and desires? 3. Do you know where they live? 4. Will you be offering the kind of products or services that they will buy? 5. Will your prices be competitive in quality and value? 6. Will your promotional program be effective? 7. Do you understand how your business compares with your competitors? 8. Will your business be conveniently located for the people you plan to serve? 9. Will there be adequate parking facilities for the people you plan to serve? Planning your startup. The following questions are grouped according to function. They are designed to help you prepare for opening day. Merchandise. Have you decided what items you will sell or produce, or what services you will provide? Have you made a merchandise plan, based upon estimated sales, to determine the amount of inventory you will need to control purchases? Have you found reliable suppliers, who will assist you in the startup? Have you compared the prices, quality, and credit terms of suppliers? Business records. Are you prepared to maintain complete records of sales, income and expenses, accounts payable, and receivables? Have you determined how to handle payroll records, tax reports, and payments? Do you know what financial reports should be prepared, and how to prepare them? Finances. A large number of small businesses fail each year. There are a number of reasons for these failures, but one of the main reasons is insufficient funds. Too many entrepreneurs try to start and operate a business without sufficient capital, money. To avoid this dilemma, you can review your situation by analyzing the following 3 questions. 1. How much money do you have? 2. How much money will you need to start your business? 3. How much money will you need to stay in business? In order to answer the second question, How much money will you need to start your business? You need to prepare an estimate of all your startup costs. Here is a list of items you may need to take into account. Note that this list is for a retail business. Items will vary for service, construction, manufacturing or online firms. Decorating and remodeling, fixtures and equipment, installing fixtures and equipment, services and supplies, beginning inventory cost, legal, professional fees, licenses and permits, telephone utility deposits, insurance, signs, advertising for opening, unanticipated expenses. Now, the answer to the third question, how much money will you need to stay in business? Must be divided into two parts, immediate costs, and future costs. From the moment the door to your new business opens, a certain amount of income may come in. However, this income should not be projected in your operating expenses. You will need enough money available to cover costs for at least the first 3 months of operation. The following list will help you project your operating expenses on a monthly basis. Typical expenses for 1 month may include your living costs, employee wages, rent, advertising, supplies, utilities, insurance, taxes, maintenance, delivery, transportation, miscellaneous. Now sum up the total estimated monthly expenses and multiply it by 3. This is the amount of cash you will need to cover operating expenses for 3 months. Deposit this amount in a savings account before opening your business. Use it only for those purposes listed in the above list, because this money will ensure that you will be able to continue in business during the crucial early stages. By adding the total startup costs to the total expenses for 3 months, you can learn what the estimated costs will be to start and operate your business for 3 months. By subtracting the totals of the lists from the cash available, you can determine the amount of additional financing you may need, if any. Now you will need to estimate your operating expenses for the first year after startup. The first step in determining your annual expenses is to estimate your sales volume, month by month. Next, determine the cost of sales. You may want to use a spreadsheet to do this. After startup, the primary source of revenue in your business will be from sales, but your sales will vary from month to month because of seasonal patterns and other factors. It is important to determine if your monthly sales will produce enough income to pay each month's bills. An estimated cash flow projection will show if the monthly cash balance is going to be subject to such factors as the following: failure to recognize seasonal trends, excessive cash taken from the business for living expenses, too rapid expansion, and slow collection of accounts if credit is extended to customers. Conclusion: if you have carefully answered all the questions in this video, you have seriously thought about your goal. However, there may be some things you may feel you need to know more about. Owning and running a mini supermarket business is a continuous learning process. Research your idea, and do as much as you can, yourself, but don't hesitate to seek help from people who can tell you what you need to know. As we conclude this video, it's time you get your free mini supermarket business plan gift. Go to the description below this video to get it now. It is completely free, no strings attached. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and hit the subscribe button for more videos like this.